everyone get in your quiet, cozy space. If you have headphones or something, that could be really helpful, but it's not necessary. You can just close your eyes and get cozy and just have, the phone, like the speaker, really close by. It just helps to kind of cancel out the rest of the world, but it's not necessary. So just get cozy, lay down if you want, or just like sit up in a somewhat comfortable chair and start taking some deep breaths. You're gonna want to set an intention that your breathing is kind of your center point or your anchor for the meditation. So if you start getting lost in conscious thoughts, or you are doubting, you feel like nothing's coming through, if you start hearing something, a dog barking or whatever, and it's kind of like bringing you back to this dimension and reality, just go back to taking those really deep cleansing breaths. You're gonna breathe in slowly through your nose. You're gonna hold it for 3 or 4 seconds, whatever feels good. And then you're going to exhale slowly through your mouth. A good intention to set is breathing in pure source energy, and then exhaling any limiting thoughts or beliefs, anything that just doesn't align anymore. You don't have to consciously think about those things that you're letting go of. Maybe something does come to mind. You can set an intention to let go of it. But you don't have to be specific. You're powerful. So if you say you're letting go of and you're releasing anything that's not in your highest good, that's what you'll do. And as you're taking those deep breaths, thinking about your heart, imagining that it's your heart breathing that energy in. Your heart is moving that energy throughout your physical body, throughout your energy body, grabbing onto any blockages, stagnant energy, just letting it go. If you're visual, you can picture that energy as you breathe it in. Maybe it's colorful, maybe it's sparkling, maybe it's bright, white, golden light. If you're not particularly visual, that's okay. Even if you see nothing this entire meditation, that's okay. That doesn't mean it's not working. I try to use language like imagine and think about, rather than focusing on seeing and visualizing, because a lot of people aren't visual. So if it's darkness the entire time for you, that's okay. That does not mean it's not working. You're either going to know it, you'll just intuitively know. The thing will just pop into your head. Go with whatever the first thing is that comes to you, whether you see it, know it, feel it, hear it. Some people have the gift of taste or smell. And we're conditioned to write these things off. So just allow it to come through however it wants to. This energy is ever present. It's always, always available. It wants to connect with you, just like you want to connect with it. Isn't that right? So just relax, thinking about your heart, bringing that energy in, beautiful healing energy, connecting body, mind, and soul. Imagine that your heart is moving that energy throughout your body, and as it moves through your body, allowing that energy to move unimpeded. You might feel it moving through. It might feel warm. It might feel tingly. It might just feel calm and peaceful. And it really might not feel like anything at all. Again, not every person fully embodies every clair gift or clair sense. Some people won't see anything and they won't feel anything, and that's okay. You can still know the information, and you can still connect to your higher self, to your guides, to your past lives. So just continue taking those deep breaths in through your nose, nice and slow. You're going to hold on to it for just a few minutes. Not a few minutes, just a few seconds. And then you're going to just let it go. Release. Again, if you are not a very visual person, if you don't usually see things when people tell you to visualize, when you're doing guided meditations, don't expect to see anything. It'll come through another way. Really anchor into the scene I'm guiding you through your other senses. Always kind of keeping almost like interview questions in the back of your head. Walking yourself through what I'm saying. Always kind of tapping into, what does this space feel like? Does it feel inside or outside? Does it feel safe and cozy? Do I feel restricted or held back or confined? Do I smell anything in this space? Like kind of having like this, your own kind of running commentary in the back of your head. Investigating who, what, where, when. Just going through it. All you have to do is set an intention. You're so powerful. Just let yourself be powerful. And as I move through this, and I'm asking you to see things or imagine things or think about things, I want you to be intentional about using all of your senses. Don't just picture them, but hear them, feel them, sense them, know them, taste them, smell them, all of the senses. And as you do that, as you kind of run through the list of senses, as the meditation progresses, you'll start figuring out what your strongest clair gifts are. If you keep randomly smelling things, then you have the gift of clair aliens. If you keep hearing things, you kind of hear like a thought or a voice in your head telling and narrating things, it's clairaudience. So just allow it to come through however it wants to come through. Just relaxing, closing your eyes if you haven't already, feeling into and really anchoring in the energy of confidence. The knowingness that you are going to see what you want to see, what you're calling in. Knowing that you, if not seeing it, are going to access it. You're going to know it somehow. Taking some deep breaths, leaning into that badass version of yourself that just succeeds at everything that you set your mind out to do. Calling that version of yourself in, taking those deep breaths. I want you to imagine that you're walking now through a forest. It's large and it's damp. It's kind of chilly. It's got moss. It's like early in the morning. You can feel a little bit of fog. You can feel that the mist. As you're walking through the forest, as you're taking steps, you hear the way that the leaves crunch, the way that the gravel and the dirt sounds underneath your feet. And you can tell that it's early, early morning, but there's still dew all over everything. You can tell that things are still damp in the forest as you're walking through. Everything's kind of covered in that layer of morning dew. You might be able to see it. You might hear it. You might be able to feel it. You might even be able to smell it. Just on a leisurely walk.
I would say
early morning.
Responsible for the success I'm having in my career. This field is constantly growing and changing. And one of my favorite things about WG
Sorry about the ad. I was afraid that was going to happen. Really tapping into the physical presence of being in the forest. You might see an occasional fellow hiker. There might be animals. It's really tapping into what it would be like walking through a gigantic Pacific Northwest type cold and damp rainforest. You're going to leave that scene now. And next you find yourself on a cliff, overlooking the water, looking at the ocean. I want you to take note of what it is that you see as you look down that cliff out into the water. Maybe there are boats. Maybe there's a pod of whales, orcas. Maybe you see seagulls in the air. Cold breeze, the mist from the water reaching your face. What would that smell like? What would that feel like? You're going to leave that scene, and now you find yourself in a familiar childhood scene, a playground. You're swinging on a swing. You can feel the motion of going back and forth, the gravity pushing on your body as you move through the air, the weightlessness of going up and down, back and forth, moving through the air effortlessly, enjoying it, knowing that there is nowhere else that you need to be, nowhere else that you're supposed to be. Allowing that joyful, innocent childhood energy to be very present. Allowing yourself to relax and enjoy going up and down, back and forth on the swing, tapping into what it feels like, the emotions that are coming up for you. What it looks like, and even what it sounds like. Back and forth. Back and forth. Gonna leave the playground now, and I want you to see yourself eating a meal. Maybe it's the last meal that you ate. Could be your favorite meal ever. I want you to pay attention to who is there with you, if anyone is there at all. Maybe you're alone. What kind of a room are you in? Are you sitting at a table? What about utensils? A plate or a bowl? Are you drinking anything? Just go with whatever the first thing is that comes to mind. Really focus on the food as you're eating it, the temperature, the texture, the color, the taste. Really allowing those energies to anchor in. And now I want you to move into an outdoor space. I want you to imagine that you're on a walk outside at nighttime. You're in the most beautiful nighttime space that you can imagine. You're just walking, comfortable and relaxed, protected as always. Taking it all in this beautiful outdoor nighttime space. What do you see? What does it smell like? What does it feel like outside? What time of night does it feel like? Is it early in the night? Is it midnight? Is it early in the morning, 3 or 4 a.m.? Really take it all in. Now I want you to look up towards the sky. I want you to imagine what the night sky looks like. I want you to picture the darkness of space, the twinkle of stars, the silhouette of the tree line. I want you to focus on whatever part of the night sky calls to you. Where are you most drawn to look at? What does it look like there? Are there a bunch of stars? Are there only a few stars? Maybe there's no stars at all. Maybe it's cloudy. What does that part of the sky look like? The part of the sky that you're focusing on right now is a consciousness portal. It's a gateway for your own consciousness to move to whatever planet, dimension, or realm that this starseed past life of yours exists in. You're going to just set the attention to allow it to come through. Allow it to anchor in. And just be open to receiving that energy and go with the first thing that comes through. Just trust it. I want you to state your intention to fully embody whatever your intention is for this meditation. A good intention would be connecting with the starseed aspect of yourself that's ready to interact today. Setting an intention to connect with the starseed aspect of yourself that's wanting to come through. So to take a moment and allow that energy to really anchor in. You might see it. You might feel it. You might hear a narrative of what that energy is like or who it is that's coming through. Allow all of those energies to exist. And now you notice that way off in the distance, in the part of the sky that you'd been looking at just a moment ago, there is a swirling, shimmering energy. It's almost like when you touch the surface of water, it starts to ripple and move. It's really starting to take on movement. You're starting to see the physical manifestation of otherness in that area. It's not just the sky. And you realize that what you're seeing is the opening of that living consciousness portal. And it's beautiful. It's incredible. The energy that starts to come through, it feels like pure love. And it is so powerful. The energy that's coming through that living consciousness portal is profound. It's big. It's powerful. And it's you. This is the energy of you from a past life. Whatever this starseed aspect or past life is, you're really starting to connect to it now. You're allowing it to anchor in. And it's really, really big. You realize as the energy of this portal and what it is that's coming through starts to take form, that there is a being, there is an entity that's coming through, flickering in and out as they move between dimensions. And that being begins to take on solid physical form. And it eventually, as you're watching, it moves completely out of the portal. So that being now has moved through the portal, and they are making their way over to you. You're taking in their physical appearance. What do they look like? Their skin, their limbs, their arms and their legs, their face, the shape of their head. Are they even physical? Do they even have a matter-based body? Maybe they're just pure energy. Do they have clothing on? Are they making any sounds? Is there a particular scent? What does their energy feel like? What does their energy look like? Can you see an aura around them? Does their energy feel big and expansive? Does it feel small or concentrated or confined? You should really take in the beingness of this aspect of yourself. When this starseed aspect of yourself is standing directly in front of you, almost close enough for you to reach out and touch them, they stop. They give you a greeting. When they give you that greeting, do you understand it? Is it in human words? Is it communicated telepathically? Is it a language you don't understand? You ask them what it is that you can call them, if they have a name. And they tell you now what it is that you can call them. Next, you ask them where it is that they're from. You ask if the place that they're from has a name, what it's called, where it's located. Next, you're going to ask this aspect of yourself how the two of you are connected in this lifetime. What's the nature of your relationship, of your connection to this starseed aspect of yourself in this lifetime? You ask them now why it is that they've made contact with you at this time. Why are they coming through right now? And now you ask what messages they have for you. What do they want you to know? They give you a detailed response, and you're able to remember it with great accuracy. Allow that to come through now. And now they let you know that it's time to go. Time to part ways. But first, they have a gift for you. This past life starseed aspect of yourself has brought you a gift. They hand you the gift, and you look at it, taking it in. What is it that they gave you? You ask them what the gift is, and why they gave it to you. And they explain. And then you say your goodbyes. They turn around. They move back towards the portal. They're moving through the portal now. Their energy being less tangible, less visible as they continue to move through the portal. And eventually, you're not able to see them anymore. After they have moved completely through the portal, you find that the energy of this scene starts to dissipate, starting to fade away. The details are less clear. It feels further and further away. The entire scene, the entire experience. And as you're moving back to your present day awareness and experience, you are setting an intention to recall everything that came through. That past life starseed aspect of yourself, what they looked like, their physical or their energetic appearance, where they were from, what their connection is to you in this lifetime, their message to you, and their gift. Setting an intention to remember that all with clarity. You're coming back into your body now, back to your everyday awareness, becoming aware of your physical surroundings, the room that you're in, feeling it, hearing it, smelling it. If you've opened your eyes, you're seeing it again. Becoming more and more aware of my voice, more aware of your physical body, your energy returning to your physical form now. Just waking up slowly and feeling refreshed, feeling energized, feeling at peace. Coming back to your everyday awareness now, stretching and moving and opening your eyes whenever you feel ready. You can take your time coming back. If anyone feels called to share their experience, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Thanks for hanging out, letting me hold space for you today.